All right, Rapids fans, welcome back to the next episode of The More You Know, where today we're going to take a little peek behind the curtain of the performance department. How they keep these guys healthy, how they keep them fit, how they get them back on the field when they do pick up injuries, why they're wearing those sports bras, why they're wearing rings, watches sometimes, some of the numbers, the data, the analytics behind all that cool stuff. There's been a lot of advancements in the last 5 or 10 years. These guys are awesome. We're gonna go inside, meet Felix and Kyle, go into the gym. This should say unrestricted for you guys, because y'all are invited in as well. I got my guns out today in case I need to get involved. So come on in, it's gonna be a fun day. All right, Felix and Kyle. This looks a little scary, I'm not used to this stuff. Tell me what am I about to do here?
Yeah, today we'll take you through our typical readiness testing battery. So when the guys come back after some well-earned time off, after a game, we need to identify what state they're in, if they're ready to roll for training, if there's any lingering fatigue. So we're gonna start off with an isometric test where we test how strong you are in your groins. And then we'll also, later on today, lead you through some other tests that we typically do with our guys, which is a kind of movement jump here and what we call the force plates, and then we're gonna test your hammy strength on those Nordics over there.
So whenever you go as hard as you can. You're gonna hold it for 3 seconds. I'll count it out for you.
Squeeze first, right?
Yep, you can ease into it, but go as hard as you can.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, relax. Very nice. 1% asymmetry.
Ooh.
469 on the left, 475 on the right. So an improvement from yesterday.
Nice. What are you guys predicting here? Above 13?
I think if you get over 13, you should probably come out of retirement.
If I get over 13, I should come out of retirement.
You heard it. You can step on it, and then just pause for a second. We're gonna get your weight. See if you had a good couple days off as well.
I don't get days off, Felix.
As hard as you can, as fast as you can, whenever you're ready.
Perfect. All right.
Do I stay retired?
Let's find out. 12.4. 12.4. You did it on purpose. Let's do the real deal. Come on.
He's enjoying retirement a little too much. So up next, you're gonna do Nordics. Go ahead and jump into that.
Is it on?
Let's make sure it's turned on.
I have done this one before.
So once you're ready, you're gonna start with your hands just on your hips and try to keep your hips forward the whole time. No cheating, sticking your butt back, okay? Whenever you're ready. Go as slow as you can on the way down.
Come on, Drew. Come
Keep
on.
Keep it going, very nice.
Nice.
403 on the left, 416 on the right, 3% asymmetry. Right where we'd want somebody to be.
A lot better than we thought, huh?
You seem very fresh and ready to train. That's what it looks like.
All right, folks, on our way out to training now. It's a beautiful day. I have the sports bra on, or the vest if you want to call it that. This is like a GPS system. I have the chip, right? It's a big chip, but it fastens into the back in a pocket, and it tracks speed, distance covered, heart rate, all that stuff. I started wearing one of these back in, I want to say like 2013, 14-ish, right? So they've been tracking these kind of numbers for a long time. The performance guys, they have the tablet, they get all these numbers and all this information live, so they'll be able to track my numbers, obviously the players' numbers as well. I might get involved a little bit today. Sometimes I have to jump in. We'll see how it goes. Depends on what the gaffer wants, Chris Armas. But yeah, let's go join in practice and see what kind of numbers we can get out of today.
Go face this way. 8 left, 8 back to the right.
Turn, go, one side.
You tired already? I almost had an assist. Heart rate is elevated. You guys aren't even breathing. It's hot today. I didn't factor that in when we decided to do this. Makes things a lot harder. I'm just kidding, I feel great, let's go. All right, Felix and Kyle, training's done. I thought I had a good performance today. Chris Armas is asking me if I'll come out of retirement. I told him to calm down. But now that training's over, you guys have my numbers, my data and stuff. What would you kind of look for and go through with kind of what we gathered yesterday versus training today? How does it look?
Yeah, today was a unique day in the sense of us being 3 days ahead of a match day. So we knew it was going to be a big day. Part of the testing that we did in the morning was just to see what status you were coming in with today. So, you know, from your ring, we get some information, how well you slept, you know, what your resting heart rate was. That's an indicator of, quote unquote, how ready you are. We saw a slight increase there, which isn't necessarily what we'd like to see on a day like that. So you did some
nervous.
work. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was
trying out.
Big day, big day. But then, you know, heading out on the field, it was important for us to match the targets that we had set for the day, knowing that we need to have a big stimulus today so that we can taper leading into our match on Saturday.
Am I match ready for Saturday?
You made a case for yourself, that's for sure.
These are his stat sports metrics. So for the session, he hit 4,600 meters basically. His explosive distance was around 234 meters. So that's the distance he covered doing acceleration or deceleration at 3 meters per second squared. HMLD, that's a combination of explosive distance and high-speed running. It's one of the key metrics that we use for session intensity. So when we do like more short-sighted games, it's more XL decel, but that's also it goes towards HMLD. And when we do larger spaces, or there's more high-speed running, so HMLD still climbs. You had about 146 meters of high-speed running, so that's zone 5 and higher. And the sprint distance was 166 meters.
You know, we touched on the playing philosophy of Chris, and it's certainly a demanding style of play. You know, we've had good results, and we've also on the physical side have seen an increase in the physical output in games. Obviously, a part of that is just the fact that we are more vertical and that we want to be more on the front foot defensively as well. We like to play more direct forward than past years. But that also poses a challenge on us because you can imagine if you run more in a game, the consequences that you're going to be more fatigued the next day. So finding a way to constantly keep them fresh and performing at that level, we've been pretty happy with that so far.
What are some of the, are there some individuals on our team that are showing like impressive numbers? I know, you know, there's those stats about total amount of ground covered that I believe one of our players that I'm sure everybody knows has hit the top speed in MLS this season. Who are some guys that have stood out this season so far?
Yeah, from the total distance perspective, Cole Bassett's been at the top of the list for the league for the last couple of weeks, if not longer. Maxu is actually in 3rd place in the league.
Wow.
Which is
a center back.
For sure a function of how much he's playing, because he's played every minute of every game. So that's kind of his advantage, but he does cover a pretty high amount of ground, especially for a center back. And then on top of that, Moist does have the highest speed in the MLS, something over 37 kilometers an hour. And in training today, he might have been dethroned by Kamani.
Oh, I thought it was me.
But Kamani Baines, yeah, he hit a new PR today, so he's at just over 38 kilometers an hour.
Kamani Stewart Baines, showing some pace. All right, Rapids fans, what a day it was. I got to jump into training a little bit. I did some crazy tests that I haven't had to do yet. We got to talk with some of the wonderful staff around here that really make this club tick, that probably don't get the credit that they deserve, but as you can see, they deserve a lot of the credit because they work with these players day in, day out, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it's been a fun season so far. There's some great relationships in here, and man, today was a lot of fun. I'm tired. I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. Hopefully they don't make me do these tests. Hopefully I'll eat healthy. But overall, this was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and we will see you in the next episode.